What is up, River family? It is Wednesday, which means it's our Wednesday Bible study. Here's why we do this. We want to grow together right where we are. So we hope that this encourages you. We hope it inspires you. So let's dive into His Word.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning Bible study. I'm Naomi Hackett. I'm the youth pastor here at the River. This is my friend Tracy. Hi. Yeah, this is Tracy. She's from South Africa, so she has a really cool accent. So you're going to be blessed with the beautiful words this morning. Tracy's my friend. She's actually here from Tyler. That's where she's staying for the past few years. Well, Dallas and Tyler. But she's just here visiting, so she's going to help us out this morning with our Bible study. So we're in Mark 8, 1 through 10. Mark 8, 1 through 10. Just a reminder, our goal is to grow together. As a church family, we're going to grow together wherever you're at. We're going to meet up right there, and we're going to grow. We're going to learn the Bible, hear it from a couple different perspectives, not just from Matt, from us too. And we're all going to grow together. Okay, so Mark 8, 1 through 10. So it says, during those days, another large crowd gathered. Since they had nothing to eat, Jesus called his disciples to him and said, I have compassion for these people. They have already been with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. If I send them home hungry, they will collapse on their way because some of them have come a long distance. His disciples answered, but where in this remote place can anyone get enough bread to feed them? How many loaves do we have? Jesus asked. 7, they replied. He told the crowd to sit down on the ground, and when he had taken the 7 loaves and given thanks, he broke them and gave them to his disciples to distribute to the people, and they did so. They had a few small fish as well, and he gave thanks for them also, and told the disciples to distribute them. The people ate and were satisfied, and afterward the disciples picked up 7 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. Lost my place. Okay, about 4,000 were present. After he had sent them away, he got into the boat with his disciples and went to the region of long place, but starts with the D. Okay. I don't know. Okay, Tracy, did you have any thoughts, anything that stood out to you when you were reading the scripture?
Yeah, so I know back in the beginning of Mark, a few chapters away, or not even a few chapters, I'm not too certain, that the disciples had seen Jesus multiply food in the past, but they're still struggling to believe that he can do it again. So just seeing the disbelief in the disciples being like, hey, that's Jesus right there, that's God made in flesh, and you're doubting whether he'll be able to feed people and multiply the food. And I think it's amazing because God, like Jesus doesn't only multiply the food, but he leaves food over. Like there's an abundance. And I feel like us as Christians, we so easily fall into that being like, God won't do it again. He did it in the past, but he's not going to do it again. This is so big, I can't do this. But then he's like, no, I can do it, and I can do above that.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too. It's kind of funny because like you just see the disciples. I relate to the disciples so much. I feel like when I read conversations, I'm like, that's what I say.
Dude, for real.
And like when I was reading this, I think it's cool that Jesus wasn't harsh with them. He was just like, okay, well, what we got here? What are we working with? And he was like even compassionate with his disciples despite their ignorance and forgetfulness. And he was like, I have some compassion. But yeah, I thought it was super cool that like they have thousands of people there, and they had leftovers, and they just had 7 loaves of bread. So that's crazy. And then they had some fish as well. So I know a few Sundays back, we actually heard Pastor Matt preaching on this. So there's some parallels we can tie in here. But I thought it was cool that, like, of course, Jesus gives thanks every time. So whenever we think there's a lack of, I don't have enough money, or, I don't have enough clothes, I don't have enough whatever, I don't have enough energy to go to my kid's basketball game, whatever. Whenever we feel like we don't have enough, maybe we just need to give thanks.
Yeah.
Maybe we just need to be grateful for what we have in the first place, and have an appreciative heart. I mean, there's a lot of different perspectives here, but I mean, you can think of people have less or whatever, but just being grateful for what you have right there in the moment. I have enough food to have a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Praise the Lord. That's good right there. I mean, I have enough energy to at least walk into the gym and just sit in the stands and watch, and just being present. I mean, that's important. But just having, when you think you don't have enough, you actually do. And just to be thankful for God, like, I have shoes on my feet today.
Yeah.
It was cold in my house this morning, but I have a roof over my head, and I have blankets to cuddle up in, and I have a husband who can, keep me warm. So I'm grateful. Whenever we think we have less, we actually have plenty.
Yeah.
We have enough, and to be grateful for that. So did you have any other thoughts? I'm going to pull up the scripture here just to see if there's something I need to remember.
Yeah, the fact that Jesus showed compassion to the crowd, like, isn't that a beautiful picture? Just like seeing Jesus being like, wow, these are my people. They've come all this way to hear me preaching and speaking for all these days. And they didn't come with food or anything, but he showed compassion towards them. He wasn't like, oh, they'll be fine. They can go get their own food, find some food. But because they were in a desolate place, he was like, no, we need to feed them.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Like,
He took care of his people.
yeah, so he's going to take care of us. Like, that's
Yes.
such a good picture of us just trusting him and being like, Jesus is going to take care of me. I can sit at his feet and I can pay attention to his word and I can spend time with him. Even if I have like so many things going on, I still need to receive that filling from him, and he'll be able to help us pour out into other things.
That's so good. Like, I needed to hear that. Oh my gosh. I think that says something about Jesus' ministry as well, as how powerful his words were, and the healings that he was doing, the provisions that he was doing, the casting out of demons he was doing. People were coming from really far away. People were coming super far to see and hear the ministry of Jesus, and they were there for 3 days, and they were hungry, and they were willing to go through all this to be with Jesus.
Yeah.
So that just shows the how renowned Jesus was in his ministry, how powerful it was that people were willing to go far and be hungry and all that good stuff. So Jesus was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I would want to be in his teachings if I was in that
I know.
time. I
Can
would
you
be like,
imagine?
I'd starve, I'd die. I just want to hear Jesus speak, I'm like, and I love food. Like,
Yeah,
Naomi
I love
knows
food.
that. Like, I love food.
We
so
like
that's a
snacks.
sacrifice. Like, golly.
Well, I mean, this is a pretty good little passage. I mean, do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. Again, our goal is just to grow together, hear some different perspectives. Post in the chat your thoughts. Maybe you got something else out of it that we didn't talk on. Maybe we just didn't see. So enlighten us.
Yes.
But yeah, go ahead and comment below. Share the video. You never know who it's going to bless today. But thanks for joining in. Y'all have a great Wednesday.
Well, hey, that is our Wednesday Bible study. We just want to thank you so much again for joining us. And if you want to join us every week, if you'll click subscribe, this podcast will pop up right there for you. Again, we want to do this to grow together right where we are.